And of course, eCapitol News Director Shawn Ashley has also been digging into the details of the budget deal. He joins us now with more on what stands out from his perspective.
Well, it appears every agency does well in this budget. There's about a 7.62% increase in overall appropriations after cuts the prior year. However, as House Minority Leader Emily Virgin pointed out, that does not make up for all the revenue that agencies had lost in the years leading up to last year. And Senate Minority Leader Kay Floyd pointed out that it was only on late Thursday morning, that they began to see the budget numbers, only about 5 hours before the governor and other Republican legislative leaders were outlining this agreement. So they have yet to have time to dig into those numbers.
Well, there have been hundreds of bills signed into law so far this session. So give me the breakdown on the bills Governor Stitt has signed and those he's vetoed.
Yes, so far, lawmakers have sent more than 490 pieces of legislation to Governor Stitt for his consideration. And that's a bit more than we've usually seen at this point in the legislative session. So far, he has signed 481 of those. He's vetoed 10, and he allowed one to take effect without his signature. If you compare that to the 8 years that Governor Mary Fallin was in office, that's more than any year while she was serving. Governor Stitt set a record in 2019 considering 535 measures. With the budget now being implemented, we may be approaching that number once again.
Shawn, the statewide virtual charter school board receiving an update on the progress that Epic is making towards compliance with their recent settlement. How far has the virtual charter school come?
They've made a lot of progress, according to the statewide virtual charter schools compliance auditor, but they have a long way to go as well. According to that auditor, more than 13 of the requirements have already been put in place, while a number of others are also being fulfilled. But at the same time, as she said, there's a lot that remains to be done in order to come into complete compliance with that agreement.
A final question for you. OU Health is using a recently passed tax credit to help train more doctors and nurses to serve Oklahoma. So how is that going to work?
Yes, this is a rather interesting program. The OU Health Center will not pay sales tax on goods and services which it purchases, but it then must take that money and invest in educating 70 medical residents over 3 years, and then 110 new nurses annually, as well as 50 new nurse practitioners each year. Legislation that is still pending before lawmakers would require them to file a report each year with the governor, the Senate pro tem, and the House Speaker, as well as the appropriations chairman, to show just how well they are doing in meeting those obligations.
Shawn, I know this has been a very busy day for you. Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.